Hi, it's Melissa, and welcome to my 7th Child Free Friday, where I scrapbook a photo that it isn't of my children. Now, probably cheating a bit, but this is a photo that I found of me pregnant with our second child, and I know this is meant to be Child Free Friday, but I figure, yes, she's in the photo, but she's inside of me, so that's not really in the photo. And then I thought to myself, it's my series and my rules, so I'm going to scrap this photo. So I'm using my July hip kit, and I have finished my June kit, and I think I have one more video to post, and then I have my layout share. So because I post these videos every Friday, I wanted to get on with using this kit, and this is actually the second layout that I've made with the kit, and I thought the colours worked perfectly. I like the fact that there's not that much colour in this photo, it's just the turquoise and the black, and I'm using the LA Studio background paper and then using some of the October Afternoon and I think one Fancy Pence, and one crepe paper, not Fancy Pence, sorry, crepe paper. And so in this one I'm really going back to my, probably my favourite, my style that I always, probably the fallback style for me, which is layering up my favourite papers and then just adding some embellishment around that. So I just want to say that, yes, that is a towel on my head. I had filmed this today while my youngest was having a sleep, and I've got really, really long hair and it takes ages to dry, and when I have a shower and wash it, it takes quite a while to wash it, and so I wanted to do that while she was asleep, and then because it's winter here and it's pretty cold, I don't want the water just to be dripping down my back, so I've got my towel on. And anyway, all that to say that that's why I've got a towel on my head. Anyway, on with the layout. So here I'm layering up my papers, and I got the pattern paper add-on, but that paper there is probably my favourite so far, and so I gutted out that piece in the middle because even though I've got two pieces, I do want to not waste it and probably use that on something else. So that's a Simple Stories cut apart, and when I put my kit in my box and got it all sorted, I went through and cut those apart. Now here I'm wanting to work out which way I want this paper to go, and I'm loving that branding strip, or the other side is the branding strip. I'm loving that piece on the edge, and I'm wanting that to be incorporated into the design. I don't want to cut it off. So all I'm doing is cutting off the 1/2 inch from the other side, and now I'm just playing around with the positioning, how I want that sort of chevron stripe to go, and where I want that border at the top. And originally I think I had it on the right, but I've decided that I'm standing side on and I've got the baby bump, and so I want that chevron to go in the same direction as what I'm standing, and so that's why I've positioned it like this. I didn't get the embellishment add-on with this kit, and I will admit that I'm struggling a bit because I'm used to being spoilt for choice with so many bits and pieces, and you'll see it soon, but the chipboard is from the crepe paper, I can't remember the name of the collection, but the summer collection, and this photo, I think it was probably taken in summer, but in our evenings where we live it gets quite cool in the evening in summer, so this may have been late summer. I can't remember, I don't have the date, but I know that it's in 2009 because that was the year that Azaria was born, and this is me pregnant with her. So you can see the chipboard there. It's quite specific to summer, and I know there are some elements on there that will work with anything, but I just found it a bit more challenging in this kit, and so it is going to be quite a challenge for me because I have got the pattern paper add-on, and I am going to have to push myself and probably use my Cuttlebug and do some die cutting just to make a bit more embellishment. And because my style recently has been to add a lot of embellishment, it's just going to be interesting how I get on. So here I'm doing the packaging technique, and I've just picked up on the pink from the papers, and the bluey turquoisey colour because of the green colour that I'm wearing, and it also goes quite well with the colours on the top of that strip at the top. And so in typical my style, I'm adding it to two diagonal corners, and then I'll place my photo on the top. So I've done the packaging, and now I'm adding some just splatters. And I find with the ink that you can go ahead and continue to stick your photos down on scrap. If I'm using watercolours, they take a lot longer to dry, and I think they soak into the paper a lot more, and if I put my photo down and they haven't dried, then I'm going to have a warping problem later on. So now I'm sticking down my card, and when I saw the photo, the first thing I pulled was actually one of those cards to go with this page, and then I pulled the background paper. So I'm loving these October Afternoon Daily Flash letter stickers, and I'm wanting to put Hello Bump. I was going to put Hello Baby, but I guess it's when you go back and scrap, and I mean, we never found out what any of our babies were. I know there's this scan you can have it as 18 or 20 weeks, and you can find out what sex they are. We decided that life is not full of very, very many surprises, and I think there's nothing like going through birth, which is a full-on thing, and then having that amazing surprise of, is it a boy or is it a girl? So I went with Hello Bump because it's a baby bump, and it was really surprising to find this photo. I think Riel got into this box of older photos of mine that had been somewhere in a house, I don't know where it was, and Sean had found it, and she just decided to pull the photos out, and it was good because I've been scrapping a lot of recent photos, a lot of 2015 photos, and I really think it's good to go back and find older photos and make sure those memories are recorded in scrapbooks as well. And I don't have many photos of being pregnant with Azaria, so it's just so awesome to find this one. And I know this is a child-free Friday, but it probably will still go into her album. So that's a little wood veneer. It's Ali Studio, and it says I love this. And now I'm adding one of those heart enamel dots, and I was going to have, I think it was the really pink one that I was going to place down, but then I decided to go for the, it was yellow, and then I decided to go for the pale pink one. We're expecting another snowstorm right now. I think I've shared before that town makes a big deal of it, and everyone checks their weather forecast all the time, and we get words like polar blast thrown around, but whether or not it actually happens is another story. So we're hoping, because it's exciting living here where we live, and it's definitely cooled off, but I'm ready for spring and I'm ready for summer now. But I still enjoy every season that we have, and we live in Queenstown. It really is very defined seasons, and we can get 4 seasons in one day because the weather changes so quickly. Now, I don't know if anyone else is finding this with the crepe paper chipboard, but the sticker, the adhesive, I don't know if it's there or not. Every time I lift a piece of chipboard off this sheet, it's just pulling away, and I used my scissors before because I trimmed off some of the residue. But I'm also finding it that it's really hard to get these chipboards off the sticker sheet, and there's not much flexibility in that chipboard packaging to be able to get them. So I don't know, is anyone else finding that? Let me know. So I've added an enamel dot to the centre of that camera, and it does talk about summer snacks or something like that, but I'm not that concerned. I mean, I just want the camera. I think it looks good there. I think it goes with the colours, it adds some dimension with the chipboard. And then I looked at putting a label below to write my journaling on, but it just didn't. It just ended up with trapped space between the photo and the label. So here I've gone into my little bowl of bits and pieces that I need to use up. And these are some leaves that I cut on my Cuttlebug probably a month ago. And I just felt that this layout needed something else up the top. It needed something light I could have added some more chipboard, but chipboard's quite heavy, and so these leaves are quite whimsical, and I just like that they're plain white and they add a bit of something there, and because they're not square, they add some movement just to the top of the page. So adding the date, and all I can say is it's 2009. I don't know what month it was. I do remember the event. It was a barbecue at our pastor's house. And now I'm just coming in, and as I'm writing this, I'm not wanting to make mention of the fact that I know what the baby is, that it was a girl. I'm just talking about enjoying being pregnant, and because I have been quite sick in my pregnancies, and so in this one I'm just saying that it's good to be glowing and not feeling sick anymore. So there is the final layout, and I have a couple of close-ups. Thanks for watching. I have videos queued up, so I'll post another one tomorrow. See you soon.